He always just does attack when like defenders have been given like.
People, start again. People, deluded. I'm back again. Amenyah in the building. That was rough, but we're here, man. We're here. Is it the biggest? We got so much to talk about. Is it the biggest week of Arsenal season? Obviously, we got to go over the North London derby. We've got Bayern Munich today, and on Sunday we have Chelsea. We got a lot to discuss, my boy. But first things first, man. Big up yourself. Make sure you subscribe to Amenyah. You saying, my boy?
Yeah, obviously you said we got a lot to discuss today. I'd like to say first of all as well, big shout out to everyone who made the World Cup next year. Obviously, a lot of you guys in the chat, DG is very international, so big ups if you're from...
You're shameless, because I've seen you wear Jamaica gear, man.
Big up to you guys, you know, everyone that made it, big up to you. If you ain't made it yet, condolences.
What got me for?
I'm just... There was a lot of stories that were tagging me, and I was supporting you guys, but I kept on getting cooked. So I was the one saying, what are you guys cooking me for? I was supporting, but hey...
I never want to see you wear a drip. I never want to see. If I ever even see you eat a patty or drink certain juices or rum punch, I'm on you for life. What about the other nation though? What about the other nation? They're not rolling.
England.
And then we beat Congo. What am I saying? You're drawing me out to say mad stuff now that I don't believe in.
Yeah, when you beat Congo, then we'll see. Then I say, yeah, let's go Jamaica, man.
We got Congo.
All right, we'll be there, man. We'll be there.
That's a waste, man. This guy's a mad man. That threw me off, man. But listen, we'll discuss Jamaica, man. I got to ask you, North London derby, man. I'm sure you spoke a lot on your channel, on other platforms, on social media. I definitely have. But yeah, man, there's a chance for me to shut up and hear your thoughts, man. Give it to me. Pause. What are you saying for the North London derby?
No, start again, bro. You can't ask me to give that.
Be mature, bro. I said give it to me. Pause.
You can't say pause beforehand because then now it's intentionally you've set it like
PTSD. Bro. Listen, why can't we be mature? Do you wait before? Since you want to go down that route, yeah? Okay. Do you love Arsenal Football Club?
I do.
Would it be fair to say your emotions are dictated by if we win, lose, or draw?
Yes.
So 11 men from August to May dictate your emotions, and you want to be pause police?
11, even the bench as well.
Boy, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's more than just 11. But my thoughts on the derby. Going to the game, it was a thing where big respect on that. But
wait, was you there as well?
Yeah. That was my first time going to like a North London derby. Normally,
go on. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, I don't really go to the Spurs game. I'll go United, Chelsea, Liverpool, that, but Spurs. I don't like the chance of seeing Spurs fans happy in it. So I'm like, let me just stay at yard and watch that. But here I was like, and you know what? We're gonna cook them, bro. I said to my boy, like, Eze's got something for me today, and I have to be there to see it with my own two eyes when he crashes it on them. Now, obviously, I was not expecting a hat trick. That's a bit, I think, even beyond everyone's wildest expectations. But listen, man, it was a good atmosphere. We started well even before the game with the tifo. They were telling us in the live from N5 thing. They were saying, "Yo, listen, we got a new tifo today, yeah." And like, I know you, man. You said stuff about the PSG one last year. Trust me, you men are gonna like this one. I said, okay, no problem. Then I saw Campbell's arms like that. I said, yeah, Fez, you got me. This is a banging tifo. Then man looks shell-shocked from minute 2. I'm seeing Vicario doing the time-wasting thing where he don't want to pick up the ball and that. I said, yeah, it's a long day, bro. I think we played very charged up and they played like it wasn't really a derby. It was really confusing. Like, I don't think they had been told that this was the North London derby. So, yeah, 4 goals. Didn't like that we considered a goal, but, you know, it is what it is.
Didn't break a sweat either.
Yeah, that was like 3rd gear, to be honest with you, but a win is a win.
Yeah, like you said, the goal, like, it's a madness. It's a madness because Raya's conceded that kind of goal a couple of times. I'm not blaming Raya. Obviously, Zubimendi got his pocket picked. It kind of is what it is. The fact that we didn't score more and the fact that we didn't keep a clean sheet is the only things we could be critical on. As you said there, like, they didn't admit, for me, I don't know why they didn't move like it's a derby. I know they sit there and say forms out the window, but they look like a team that has been inconsistent this year and finished 17th. And we look like a team in different realms. We were street smart. We were professional. We were on it from the off. We're unlucky Rice never scored that volley. I like when we scored the second, third, and the fourth goal beyond the obvious because of the timings. We did what we needed to do, man. Like Thomas Frank tried to come here and stink up the gaff. It didn't bang. Why he tried to do that, I don't know. Does he believe in his team? Does his team actually believe they could go get a result? That's their business, man. But we did a madness. We got to touch on Eze, man, because I feel he is man of the match. I feel obviously he's man of the match. He was amazing. We all know the connotations of him signing for the club. As you said, we all thought, or I was with you in that. I thought he would do something. I never thought it would be a hat trick. But he's going to dominate the conversation. But we might as well start with Eze. Like, do you think Eze will ever have like a better moment in an Arsenal shirt than that? Because we could win trophies and whatnot.
I'll be honest.
First off on the derby, bro.
Yeah, that one there, from when they're talking records and that, they're going even towards my time of obviously Alan Sunderland, 1978, for those of us who remember. That's the last person to score a hat-trick in this derby. Yeah.
This guy's foolish.
You're in the books permanently, you know? Like, I remember when Ted Drake got his hat-trick. That's even like 4 days.
This guy's been on the Arsenal website just memorizing everything.
No, bro, I was there, man. I was there. If you weren't at Highbury, it's cool, innit? I was at Highbury.
Like, really don't crack, bro. Shit.
But no, obviously, Eze... You know what it is as well? It's before the game, bro. You mentioned Thomas Frank and his setup here. I was more confused by like what gave Thomas Frank the audacity to kind of feel like he was the guy now to try Aura Farm. They're like, yeah, who's Eze? Who's Eze? Bro, you know who, like, you ain't that guy.
You know who he is.
But the thing is, if it's like a Jose or someone, like, I get them doing the Aura Farming, like, yeah, who's that? I don't know who that is. Thomas Frank, you're a good dude, bro. Like, you're a good dude. We know you love Arsenal as well. We know you pull up to the Emirates.
This is exactly what I said. You got
the little hood up and that. You got the little COVID mask. Nobody. We know you love Arsenal, bro. Don't try the Aura Farming thing because then you're gonna come and play 5-back at Arsenal from minute 1 and get cooked. So yeah, Eze, I think I ain't even seen him like that first goal. The way he celebrated it, yeah, the passion, the way he was running. I said, yeah, man, he's arrived. This is like beyond anything we could have expected. And the hat trick, I saw you know when they post like a couple of days later, all the like bench cam, all that kind of stuff and whatnot. Then I see Eze, the way he was laughing after the third goal. It's like he's just creasing in it. He's like, brother, like, how am I here? You know what I mean? Like, what's all this? You got all the fans, Eze, and he's just there like, I can't believe what's going on. So yeah, must be nice, man. Must be nice.
It must be nice. And like, obviously before the game, like, it's not that anyone thought Eze was a bad player or anything, but we don't expect him to score a hat trick. But in terms of being a talismanic figure, making the difference, that's kind of what we demanded. Like before the game, it was, and it could still be this. Oh yeah, Odegaard needs to get back in the team. Eze's a left winger, blah blah blah. Where do you sit on that now?
I think in the ideal scenario, you get them both playing together. How you do that? Still not what I'm paid to do, but I still put Eze on the left just for the sake of having him in the team. Granted,
you don't drop Zubimendi.
Good. I think Zubimendi and Rice are forming something decent there. That's the thing, you know. Again, it's all about different games as well, right? There's going to be some games where we're home against slightly media opposition. Then, of course, you can run a little Rice, Eze, Odegaard, and you can probably get away with it, right? And you want guys that can unlock the doors. But let's say in like away Chelsea or something, or in the Champions League knockout, I think I'd be comfortable having Rice and Zubimendi, and then depending on who's fit, obviously one of Eze, Odegaard in the advanced 8, or again, if both are fit, try and find a way to squeeze both. Granted, again, it means there's a bit of a lack of speed on the wings, but I still think, especially like after the last game, like Eze, you can't just be like, oh yeah, cool, big up your team, the whole bench
He's
now.
Charged now, man.
Yeah. So hopefully it's like I'm not going to say hat-trick every week, but like it's a sign of things to come with for like an upwards progression for him, innit?
Facts, man. And you know what? As we've been saying on these shows we've been doing, and I'm sure you've said it on your platform, I definitely have. These are the problems you want to have. These are first world problems to have. These are the issues. How do you get this one in the team and that one? As someone said, and we'll get on to Trossard, but you can't really drop Trossard at this moment in time. Everything's just clicking into gear, man. And hopefully Eze's bullish. He's got the bit between his teeth and he continues that today, man. And for me, obviously, the man scored a hat-trick, but it was everything he did. You know, a couple of them scoop balls over the top that we never grabbed assists for, which obviously Rice is one. Not that we had too much to do defensively, but he done that. He was just on it. And when you work hard and put your heart in the right place and give yourself to God, things like this take place. And we need that for Eze. We spoke last week, our attacking players, we need to start getting this from them. So I'm all for that. And if we've got these players returning, again, it's positive questions to pose at Mikel Arteta. What did you make of Timber and Saka? Because I think they were bloody superb. But obviously there's no GA there and all those kind of things. But I think they were quality, man.
I mean, Timber, honestly, I feel like we're running out of things to even describe about this product.
Literally.
I mean, like, we spoke about the pause thing earlier. I keep on getting told to pause when I start saying that this guy, like, his hips move like Shakira, bro. The way Timber dribbles. No, but you have to hear me out.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know you hear me as well. I don't hear me as
well.
well.
I don't hear you. I don't know. I don't know. Go on, around.
And
I'm
he's
not
there
involved in
just
this. I'm muting my mic.
And somehow you can go off the camera, no problem. I know the guys that are watching, they agree with me that, you know what, I kind of hear it, bro. Like, he'll get out of positions that I'm thinking, there's no way you've managed to just dribble like 3-4 man and then run off and obviously give the ball to Saka. Likewise, Bukayo, obviously, normally he bags like first half, these kind of derbies in it. So yeah, he didn't score or anything crazy like that, but regardless, I think he had a good impact. A little bit quieter, but still, he cooked Van de Ven. Again, he was a driving force for getting the ball out. And even defensively, on the rare occasion that Spurs did try to even think about going forward, he said, nah, I'm not having any of that. So I think it's all right for, I know obviously externally, rival fans are like bringing up the numbers and whatnot, but as far as he's concerned, it's like, yeah, you man, like, carry the weight a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I hear it, bro. Now it's you man's turn. Go do something, bro. It can't be me every single week. So I don't mind if it's a few weeks of everyone else carrying the load for a little bit.
Facts. Where you at with Hincapié? Obviously, didn't have much to do, but it's a big game. It's one of the biggest games of our calendar. He stepped in, he did well. We're going to need him as well. Where's you at with his performance? Because I think it's crucial because you was at the game as well. Obviously, I know where they sit when they do the M5 thing. You're seeing things from a different perspective.
Yeah, if Eze didn't bag a hat-trick, he would have been man of the match for me. Like, aside from Eze, for me, he was second. And it wasn't just, like, obviously, you know, replacing Gabriel, it's not going to be easy because of the leadership and they're both boxes, attacking, defending, whatever. We knew he's going to have the aggression thing. Obviously, Ecuador, like, he's going to be on it regardless, bro. It could have been Spurs, it could have been Fulham, it could have been Brentford, whatever. He's still going to be that same charged up kind of guy. But what I liked the most was the passing. Nearly every single time, it'd be a clearance or whatever, he's finding it directly to Trossard, directly to Saka, to Zubimendi, to Rice, whoever, every single time. Even the ones where guys are, you know, launching long balls from Spurs. Van de Ven is trying it. He wins the header and it will go directly to an Arsenal player.
He won the header in which I think was Eze's third, I want to say. The build-up to feel like he wins the header, all the other players take part, and yeah, Eze scores. So
yeah,
pick up Hincapié.
He was fantastic, man. It's good to see.
And this is what you want to do. I mean, someone that, you know, you used to be quite critical. And even when we used to have me, you, Gooner Lee, and Jess, we used to do them shows. Mr. Trossard, I think he was busted. Nah, you used to hate on Trossard still.
No. You got the wrong dude still. That one.
No, you used to hate. You genuinely used to hate on Trossard.
No. I
remember all of this.
Go and bring me the files, yeah. Because I promise you, that's definitely the case. Me and Trossard, we go way back, bro. I'm not a Trossard hater, far from it. I think that's a racism thing. I think, is it a color thing? Is it underbelly? What other mixed race brothers you got on the show, bro? Because that wasn't me. There's brothers that like.
To be fair, you might be the.
It definitely ain't Trossard, bro. I'm a Trossard guy.
Bro, fuck, you're the only one.
Even when there's brothers that are saying like we should have sold him or whatever, why did we give him the wage thing? I'm there saying, bro, I fully hear it. Like, to sell him for 15, 20 M's or whatever, you're not going to get a better replacement than that. Who he's not happy to be on the bench. Obviously, he does look a bit sulky at times, but like, he's gonna come in and do the job regardless every time, and he's a good team player. So I'm not
Lomberg for us.
Yeah, I'm not a Trossard hater. Obviously, there's games where it's like, brother, like, what are you doing? And there's always those questions about him starting, but he's always gonna have a useful role in this team. Bro, I wanted him even when we were linked with Mudryk and everybody was crying, oh, bring Mudryk instead, bring Mudryk. Bro, Trossard, that's my dog, bro. You can go to my Brighton tweets from him, man. But yeah, good for him as well to get the contributions. He loves playing against Spurs. He loves playing against every big 4 or 5.
Spence ain't doing his Instagram nonsense. Him and Poro are probably still crying, man. He's dealt with both of them.
I went to go comment on Spence's Instagram afterwards. Unfortunately, it was like a nice, like, wholesome, like, religious post, innit? But I still told him, like, yo, where's the penitentiary thing, bro? Like, Where's the update? I felt bad because it was him just
Prisoner
talking about
escape,
like
man.
his faith and that. And I'm like, I hear it, but where's your post, G? It would have been nice.
If you won, you would have been chatting off.
Yeah, unfortunately, we ain't the kind of guys that are gonna like. I think our defenders are the kind of guys that post them kind of rage baity trolling type things. They see like Gabriel and that. And
Gabriel Magalhaes. I was just as you said that.
Saliba's the low key one. He's very like into the aura
Richarlison
farming.
one when he's the
Bro, every game, if you go to like Saliba's thing here, every game he'll post an image where he's just standing there looking calm, and there's some brother lying down on the floor like he's been, I don't know, packed in or something. Every time he's on the aura farming thing. But I think Trossard and Saka, they're not gonna go and put the Spence on a leash.
Too wholesome, man.
Yeah, but yeah, the Spurs, I mean, I don't think there was anyone that could argue that played good for them at all, bro, from the entire 11. Even Richarlison, he somehow got a goal despite putting in like a 0 out of 10 and should have. How this guy didn't even get a yellow card, by the way, I have no idea, bro. This guy's wrestling everyone and I'm thinking this guy's still on the pitch, but alas, it didn't matter in the end.
And there was a bit of dark arts from Rice and Saka. Rice with obviously Xavi Simons, Saka kicking out and then Doggy. I kind of like that because it meant something.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, we didn't have to get out of third gear. I don't like when Arsenal win the game, and people start doing the whole, the other team was dead, which is true. They were dead. You played 5 at the back, which is designed not to concede. You've conceded 4. You saw nothing, it's the same old problems. They couldn't progress out from the back. Couldn't get their midfield into the game. Couldn't bring their midfielders into attack. They weren't, you've played football. If you're playing a back 5 or any defensive formation, you've got to be narrow, you've got to be compact, you've got to go follow runners, you've got to do all of this. They did none of that. So it was genuinely boys against men. So I'm happy with that. Happy to win the North London derby. Obviously, as well, it leads me to ask you this year, and actually better yet, I don't look at the league table. This might be AI or something here, but when we played Sunderland, people said it was an opportunity, a kind of opportunity miss. Wasn't it? This guy. Obviously, when we played... Huh?
I hope to. Go on.
Anyways, yeah. This guy blood. Anyways, as I was saying, Sunderland was a missed opportunity in it, bro, because we dropped 2 points or we gained a point or whatever. It wasn't the result that we wanted 15 minutes from time. I'm not even waffling about Sunderland. We all know the game that was after with Liverpool and City. Everyone was saying City going to do this. Before we came back to obviously play the North London derby, people saying the 4 points gap is going to turn into 1 point. The City Sharks are circling. Obviously, we've extended our run at the top now. We've got 6 points and we've got Chelsea on the weekend. Do you feel any confidence being in November, bordering on December with 6 points? How are you feeling in relation to that?
Yeah, it's weird because like I think I'm more worried about like the weekend fixture than about Chelsea themselves as far as like the season is concerned. Like I don't believe Chelsea are going to sit there in April, May or whatever. I have not like throughout the season I've not really rated them in terms of like a title race, obviously, because like why would I? It's been City, Liverpool and whatnot. But then before we played Spurs, I was like, hold on a minute, let me just check their fixtures real quick. I scrolled down to their last 10. I just started laughing, bro. I said, yeah, Chelsea, big respect, man. But you man ain't involved in this. So they might do something this very weekend. But again, it's a very long season and I don't see them staying there. So realistically, I'm looking at the 7 point gap to City. That's what I need to maintain. That is basically 3 games like leeway, if you will, to drop points in. And they'd have to obviously go perfect. So already I start doing them kind of calculations. So yeah, it's a nice place to be in, isn't it? It's a nice place to be in. I think after the Sunderland draw, people were obviously panicking and alarm bells are ringing, but we're back.
And this is the thing, Amenyah, like you said it there, but not just because of the Sunderland game, but the game the day after, all the talking points then, all the talking points we had to sit during the international break, and what people are saying this week, following the conclusion of the Prem games this week. And no doubt these things will fluctuate and the talking points will fluctuate. Before we carry on, obviously it was a great weekend, beyond the obvious. Spurs packed themselves. We packed them as well. We obviously got 3 points. Unfortunately, Burnley lost to Chelsea. But then other than that, United dropped points, City dropped points, Liverpool dropped points. How are you pre-ing Liverpool and City?
Liverpool is done. I can't lie.
Done.
Yeah, prior to Forest, I was like, hold on, let's not completely like rattle Liverpool in it because all it takes is a little,
5.
It's dark. It's the bro. It doesn't matter.
They're behind Man United,
bro. That's smelling, man. That's really bad. Like before Forest, I'm thinking, all right, City have absolutely like packed you in, but at the same time, when Doku's in that mood, when Haaland's balling, etc., it's like there's not a lot you can do. So I said maybe when Wirtz is back, when Isak is, fully fit, but I can't keep doing that anymore, bro. Like, we're going to be in February talking about, hold on a minute. When Wirtz locks in, bro, it's going to be crazy. And by that point, the gap is like 15 points or something, bro. You're finished, man. Nottingham Forest were like 19th or something. So, yeah, they're gone.
Big up Nottingham Forest, man. Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, big up yourselves, man. Nottingham Forest at home isn't easy. Neither is Newcastle away. I still don't want to rule Liverpool out in it because I still think everybody's still in touching distance, but it probably has gone away from them in it just on the points tally. It's you, like you said, they have to be perfect. And now they're already in that place. And me and you have done content up for a while, yeah. And one thing that I always start to get really kind of cheesed off about is, like, if we were in Liverpool's position, I don't like relying on other teams to kind of do us a favor beyond the obvious, innit? Like, when you're relying on you need to be perfect, but you're also hoping game in, game out that the other teams drop points, it kind of puts me back into that scenario where some Arsenal fans were cheering on Spurs to beat City. I don't like that kind of rhetoric, but I'm with you. You can't rule out City. Whether Chelsea like it or not, whether they slip down the table like Amenyah said or not, they're in the title race. They were telling us in last summer, they're champions of the world. The Stalvio's better than everyone. Palmer's better than everyone. Caicedo this, that, the third. You are in a title race. So if you don't win the title, just like Arsenal and City, you've bottled it, innit? It is amazing, man. It is amazing. Do you think this is the biggest week of the season? Because we have just won a North London derby. We do have Bayern Munich today, and we do have Chelsea away. And obviously, this is a top of the table clash. Admittedly, we probably said that when we had Liverpool away at the time. Probably said that City at the time as well. Where are you at with that?
I was literally going to say that. I know it's going to be like a cliche thing here, but genuinely, every week is the biggest week of the season. Because we were saying that last time when it was like Sunderland, right? We were like, yo, you, man, if we can beat Sunderland, yeah,
even that,
that's it. Even then. And now again, we're doing the same thing. And I, obviously, rightly so, we've just beat Spurs. If you're including Spurs in that week of like 7 days or whatever, then I guess, sure, I would agree with you. But Bayern, obviously, I'm sure we're going to speak about it, but I'm less invested in that one, to be completely honest with you. I know what your thoughts are, but like, obviously I want to win every game, innit? But I'm less invested in that one than I am with the Chelsea game. And I'll be so real with you. It's not even because it's Chelsea, bro. It could have been like, I don't know, West Ham or something, or it could have been Everton. I'd still want to get that 3 points on the weekend more than anything right now because of how good we've been in the Champions League so far, bro. Like, we're good. This is not a knockout game, bro.
Go on, I'm listening.
No, I don't have nothing to explain. Like, I would rather grab my 3 points on the. Obviously, I want both wins. I'd rather grab my 3 points on the weekend. We've been flawed in the Champions League. We're already like pretty much locked in top 8, right? So when I say that, it's not to say that I want to.
Is it mathematically confirmed?
No, it's not. Of course, it's not.
So then,
but I'm not. Listen, but I'm not acting like I want to play like Harriman Anus up front and like just bring in bare like academy kids. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if I have the choice, like I'm more invested in what happens on the weekend because that's more of like a do or die type thing, even though there's 25 more games to go. Whereas this one, both us and Bayern have won every game so far. We're the only two teams that have won every game. So it's like, if you are to draw or, worst case scenario, you lose by a goal or something, it isn't the end of the world, right? Like you're going to come and start stat padding against like other, But
don't you think we need to do the momentum thing, as Arteta probably keeps saying about 20 times, like go on a run?
If you have the choice, of course. That's why I'm not saying that like I would go into the game giving it like 70 or 80%. I'm just saying me 100%. As a fan watching externally, I'm not going to pretend and lie to you that like I'm going to be devastated and like crashing out if we don't win today. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Obviously, Arteta is going to be like, yo, you man, let's make a statement. Bayern, they've given us lashings over the years. Let's be honest about it. And even 2 years ago, when we were better than them, I'd argue we didn't win the game. So of course we owe them something.
Right at their place.
As far as I'm concerned, we'll get them lashings in the knockouts, man. No worries. We'll see you guys. The same way PSG, we beat them in the group stages last year, and then obviously we went to the semis. And unfortunately, they said, okay, do you know what? Big up your thing in the group phase, but now it's a serious game. Let's see what I want. So we'll meet Bayern soon enough. Don't worry. If Bayern are good enough, we'll see them again in March or April, and then we'll talk.
I hear what you're saying about as much as I was bantering, I hear what you're saying about the weekend means a bit more. Is the league phase? Both teams have a perfect record. It's not to play it down. We obviously want to win and be competitive. And you could argue statistically, this is probably the biggest game of Arsenal season. As you said, both teams are top of the table. Both teams have a very good run of form domestically and in this tournament. Some of their players are some of the best players you could pick from in the world. Likewise, we're gonna have to be on it. But then, like, how are you approaching this game? Do you go full strength or are you of the rotation camp? Because I'm sure you do it on your platform. When I'm speaking to fans, some fans, I wouldn't say sacrifice, but they're kind of on the rotation thing. Some to the point where you would think this isn't Bayern Munich and this is a random League Cup game, if I'm honest. Some, and I must admit, I'm one of them. I want the strongest team out there. Ideally, the team that played against Spurs. Unless Arteta is going to do something, which I don't think he will do, unless you put Trossard up front, Eze goes out wide, and you get Odegaard in. I want the same team. But where are you at?
I'm
greedy. We need the greedy thing. Fact.
No, I hear it. But I'm in between, yeah, and I'll explain why. I'm in the camp of like on a rotation thing that doesn't weaken our squad. So, for example, a little Calafiori for Lewis Skelly. I don't think we get worse.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean? Those kind of things. I'm not talking about like a Rice is rested for Norgard or something. That's far too big of a drop in quality. So I would therefore.
Do you drop Timber for White?
Nah, I think Timber, especially I think Timber's too important. I think Timber's like, again, obviously big respect White and that, and he will have his games where he will be coming in handy. But against Bayern, I don't know how they're going to line up because obviously Diaz actually is suspended in it. So they might do. I don't know what they're going to do, actually. They might try to play Lennart Carl there or something, or at least they might play in the middle. I don't know what they're going to run tonight. But in general, I feel like if we can pattern the wings, we should be good. And that's why I say Calafiori to Lewis Skelly, I don't think we lose anything defensively. You know what I mean? Whereas, obviously, Timber can lock up pretty much anyone, right? He had that 20 minutes shake against Kvaratskhelia PSG. But other than that, nobody really gives him any kind of hassle. So that's what I would kind of rotate. And again, I don't know the status of, like Madueke, Martinelli, Odegaard in terms of, we know that they may be available, but how many minutes they can get, I don't know. Man. So yeah, I probably just say run the same thing, see how the first half goes, and then we have the room to hopefully, depending on the score, give another 45 to Madueke, give Odegaard his first half an hour. Again, I don't know what Martinelli's on, but if he can give us, he was on the bench for Spurs, right?
He was on the bench, right?
Yeah,
so he was on the bench still.
If he can give us a little 20-25 minutes, then we'll be charged up for Sunday. Then I'll take that. But yeah, I'm not looking for heavy rotation.
I'm with you with that, and I think don't get it twisted. As much as I said, like, we got to play the strongest team, I am of the belief that Timber might start. And obviously the game dictates, but come minute 60, 65, 70, you might have to throw Ben White on and you might have to box kind of smart because we are playing a lot of games and got a lot of games to come from. Obviously, side note, people, smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Amenyah's platform. It's in the title. It's Elise versus Eze. Before we get into all of that, and big up Crystal Palace because their fans are probably watching with teary eyes, yeah? You mentioned Calafiori and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Which one of those left backs do you think is the strongest to kind of cope with Elise? Because me, I don't know. I think Calafiori's done very well in big games. Miles Lewis-Skelly the same. We can look at last week. Obviously, they've both got personality on the ball, which is something. And Elise is going to have chances. But this is why I'm asking, because honestly, it's one where I'm happy I'm not the gaffer in it.
I do think if we're talking purely from like a 1v1 clamping
gun to your head thing,
I think I go Lewis-Skelly. I think I'll go Lewis Skelly. If it's like a purely like 1v1 lockdown thing, your job is just nullify Elise. I think I'd go him over Calafiori. Again, Calafiori's been fantastic this season. There are times where I think a little bit, he does get a bit excited and maybe a tiny bit rash, Calafiori, or sometimes because, again, he's so good going forward that he does vacate a lot of space in behind and you do not want to be giving Elise that kind of space where on the counter, a Kimmich or a Kane playing in DM or something, just pings it to Elise and suddenly he's running at your defense. Right. So Lewis Skelly, his thing is obviously, again, I'm not saying he never loses the ball. Sometimes he drives and, you're going to lose it every now and then. But I think I trust him more defensively against Elise. And I think that's what I would do tonight if I was Super Mick. But I'm not.
Do you put Timber left back and put Mascara right back or bring Ben White in? Or is that doing the Pep Galaxy?
That's too much. Yeah, I think that's too much. I hear what you're saying, but I think now you're changing too many pieces where you're kind of developing relationships, right? Like Timber and Saka, you mentioned. Obviously, Mascara has played right back in pre-season and, a couple minutes in the league. I forget what game it is, but he played right back a little bit, but it's not enough. Like, I don't want to see Mascara bombing down the wing, overlapping Saka. Do you know what I mean? Like, or
Definitely
rather,
not
I
today.
haven't seen that yet. So I don't know if he even has it in the locker. Maybe he does, to be fair. But I've never seen Mosquera bombing down the line, trying to, overlap Saka. So I think keep Timber where he is, play Skelly. And listen, if it's not working, Calafiori is a more than, adept replacement.
How are you feeling about Harry Kane versus Hincapié? Because obviously, I assume they've played against each other when they were at Germany. Obviously, we've touched on the whole Magalhaes thing. Hincapié's come in and done well, and he has potential to lock. Like, obviously, Spurs is Spurs. But if you take that good game and then marry that with, you've kept Harry Kane quiet, that's a prep in your step. We all know we like Magalhaes, but suddenly it's, you know what, Magalhaes, you're not straight in the first team as soon as you're fit.
No, yeah, he is. I can't lie. He is.
He is. For me, he is.
I'm not going to be saying, ooh, maybe you man might say, ooh.
We need those question marks.
No, the question mark might be, hey, maybe you can do a little left back shift in Hincapié, right? We know you're versatile. The moment Gabriel even has like 60% back, question. I feel like he's playing, bro. But to answer your question about Hincapié and Kane today, obviously we know Gabriel has a lot of fun, posting man of the match whenever he plays against Kane, because if it's not a penalty, Kane ain't really involved against Arsenal in the last few years. But saying that, this is probably the best iteration of Kane we've seen for like 4 or 5 years.
His role slightly changed with Musiala's absence as well.
which is kind of crazy given his age and whatnot. I thought after the Euros last time, I thought he was washed, bro. I thought this guy, bro. No, a lot of people did. If you watched him at the Euros, this guy looked like he was running in quicksand, bro. He looked washed. He looked washed. That's what I'm saying. After the Euros alone, I'm not talking about in the last year or so. After specifically for England, that Euros, I said, nah, I can't lie, bro. Go find some random English kid in the academy or something. I don't want to see no Watkins, but find some kid, bro. Enough is enough for Kane. And then he's back. So the argument is whether Hincapié can stop him. I'd like to think he can. Again, he's going to be on the passion and the aggression thing. I think they're going to obviously let him know about Harry Kane. And I am a little bit concerned that it might be the time that Harry Kane does deliver against Arsenal without it being a penalty, if I'm being honest with you.
No, we know he's scoring. There's nothing wrong with that. For me, I think he is bagging. I do think Elise is going to have some moments where, he puts Calafiori in a spliff in it, but lose the battles, win the war in it. I do think people think football is a bit FIFA-y in that you can just lock up a player. They do no skills. They do nothing. We just need to win the battles. For me, more than anything, I know Arsenal people can do that. You lot are so good. You haven't won anything. And I'm not saying we've got a divine right to beat Bayern Munich or we're definitely going to beat them. We're competitive. We've got a good manager, good structure, good players in a good moment. As much as we should be fearful of Bayern today, they should be fearful of us. So let's just go and get it, man. It's a formidable defense against a formidable attack. Obviously, Magalhaes ain't there, but even that, when we beat City 5-1, did we have our strongest 11? When we beat Real Madrid, did we have our strongest 11 on paper? We didn't. So we're going to have to just kind of get on with it. I forgot to even ask you about Marino. Where did you look at Marino today against Bayern if he plays up front? And what did you make of him in the North London derby? Because the assist was great, but he's another one that I just feel he needs to get his flowers a bit more in that North London derby.
He's a very confusing dude, man.
Confusing, brother.
It's even
their positions, but none.
In that very game against Spurs, that genuinely before the assist came, right? Obviously, we'll speak about the assist afterwards, but before the assist, I'm with obviously a couple of guys, and we're just talking every time he's on the ball. We're thinking, brother, like at this point, just stop getting involved in build-up, bro. This is like the first 20 minutes or so. Every time he's getting the ball, we're thinking, brother, just go stand next to Vicario and wait, bro.
The ball come in the box. I hear that.
No, bro, because a lot of the touches were bad, bro. I know we won 4-1, but let's talk about before the assist. There were some heavy touches. He was just, again, it's like delaying every time. And I'm thinking, brother, listen, thank you so much for the trying to build up. You go and wait with Vicario. We'll get the ball to you. And then out of nowhere, he does that incredible little lofted pass to Trossard. It's the same as we spoke after, I think, the Brighton. Same thing where I'm thinking, brother, stop trying to get involved in build up. You ain't that guy. And then he pulls out a back heel pre-assist. I'm thinking, okay, man, like, just make up your mind. Are you cold or not? So
it doesn't make sense, bro. I swear to you.
After he that, like, he's done his thing, in it. But I don't know what he's on. But yeah, obviously, like I said, he's gonna play today because Gyökeres and everyone else ain't ready yet. But he's the one guy that, if you ask my opinions, I don't know how to analyze this guy, bro. I don't know. He's there in it. Like He's
actually a big game player, bro. Like, that's the maddest thing. He's actually a big game player. He can play everywhere. He excels in many positions, but then he doesn't excel. Like you said,
I wouldn't say many positions. I don't want to see that guy in midfield.
I don't want to see him in midfield, but sometimes when he drops things from up front, he's in midfield, like he was doing the Odegaard thing. He doesn't make sense, bro. Honestly, it's like this comment. Mikel Marino's a joker card. You don't know what he'd do.
You
And
don't know
what
what he'll do, bro.
Go on.
I'm saying he doesn't know what he'll do himself. So how can you try and read
in the box? I give him that.
Crazy finisher.
He doesn't honestly, like, I don't think there's a more confusing guy than Mikel Marino. It'll be obviously, I don't know how you feel, but like, is it fair to assume that you believe he's gonna play up front today? Like, I can't imagine anything else.
Yeah. Unless there's like some magic that somehow someone's fully fit, but I doubt it, because they would have had some minutes against Spurs. So I assume he'll be playing today, yeah.
That's another question to ask you as well. Like, obviously, you touched on it. Like, I know Martinelli didn't come off the bench, but Marty was there. Obviously, Madueke got some couple of minutes. Arteta does play coy and make you believe some players are going to be there and they're not, and vice versa. But we're led to believe that Odegaard was very close to being part of the North London derby, innit? So I'm kind of cool with those players. Gyökeres and obviously Kai Havertz in particular, they concern you because obviously Nagelsmann said Kai's had a bit of a setback. We're led to believe Gyökeres would have been back for the North London derby. He's not there against Bayern. A week's a long time. We don't know on Sunday. But it feels like, if anything, Mikel Arteta sounded the most positive on Gabriel Jesus and having a friendly. Like, where are you at with the two other strikers?
Yeah, that's one where, again, it's not really for me to say in it because I have no idea, like, what they're on in it. I'm not in the medical room or something to know if they're a week away, if they're at 70%. I have no idea, but I saw the Jesus news. I was smiling. I said, you know what? I don't even care, bro. Come back, man. We're ready. Obviously,
they don't understand what he's gonna do for us,
bro. His thing is like, you've been out for like 9 months, so obviously he has to have the little friendlies. If you've been out for like 3 weeks or something, you kind of just plug and play, like get back in there. So that's why I think he's not gonna talk about Gyökeres having behind closed doors games because it's only been maybe three weeks or so, something like that.
He don't need that. You can get that, but he don't need that. Hey, as you said, Jesus needs that. Jesus probably will play a game or two for our under-21s and stuff like that. And then it'll be them weird ones where he's on the bench. He's not really, he doesn't come off the bench, and then he gets his 5 and 10 minutes. I keep telling people the 5-6 game run when Jesus is fit and firing, it's going to be like nothing we've seen before, man. He's here. He's here.
Done it last time, huh? Gabriel Jesus rose around the Christmas time, Crystal Palace and whatnot last year. I said, okay. We go again.
That's how it ended.
Yeah.
But keep it moving, man. Like, I can't lie. I want to win today, man. Yeah, I know. I'd rather beat Chelsea naturally, but I'm on a revenge thing, man. Spurs every now and again they get out their box. We put them back in it. I know you shouldn't be ruled by vengeance, but Bayern have, as you said earlier, they used to slap our heads in, even though we, the last time we played them, we're in a different moment. We still lost. I want to beat them. I don't need to tell you about Chelsea. In fact, talk to me. I know we're jumping ahead here, but talk to me about Chelsea as well, man. Because before I forget, like, what are you saying for Sunday? I've said to you before off camera, like, the last 2 times I think we've gone away, I haven't been happy with our performance across 90 minutes. So I demand better. But where are you at with Chelsea away?
Yeah, obviously yesterday wasn't ideal, to be honest with you, because Barcelona decided to get a red card within like
20, what are you on, bro?
30 minutes. No, ask Araujo what he's on, bro. This guy, one of the most brain dead reds that I've seen. I said, what is the point of that? So now Chelsea have played basically a pre-season game against 10 men where they've obviously
cold now.
Like in terms of like obviously give them their credit, but I'm talking about in terms of like a fitness type of thing. They've played against a meaty Barcelona with 10 men.
Garcia in the
they're going to be gassed up. Well. The fans are loving it. They're screaming, Yamal, you're a meaty version of Esteval and whatnot. And I hear it. And as you should,
but I'll be doing the same.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As you should. So obviously they're going to be full of confidence. Again, you're right about the last couple times. And of course, they, even aside from like the title race, they are super, super rattled about the whole. I keep seeing Timber and Maresca, that shaking hand thing or whatever. They keep on posting that. So I know it means a lot to them, bro. So yeah, just that one, get the win anyhow you can, man. I don't care about the performance for that one. Just if you can scam me a 1-0, it's an own goal of someone's toe, I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
For me, it's a weird one because obviously the manager has to take like responsibility. But I look at the 2 games. Yeah, I remember you see the one where the year Saliba gave away a penalty. It weren't a pen, but refs did us dirty. I think Arteta went out there with Zinchenko and Jorginho. Now, granted, we might have had to do that at the time, but I think them 2 players died in that first half. And I just think we were crap before Rice obviously scored that screamer. Last year, obviously, Pedro Neto scored that goal, but I was so pissed off Amenyah in the sequence because I couldn't see him scoring the screamer, but you could see that. And we obviously took the lead. So I think I'm more looking at my players for Chelsea, if I'm honest with you. I genuinely am looking at them. I think we can compete in midfield. I think we've got better collective performers attackers than them. I think we're a better defensive unit. I think if there's I rate Chelsea's midfield. I rate their the 2/3 of their pitch. I don't rate their defenders, obviously excluding Reece James. Reece James is cold. Cucurella's doing his thing. As long as they've got those centre backs, whoever they put out there, and that goalie, anytime we don't move to them, we're in problems. We have to get 3 points. Will you take a point though? Like, what if we got 2 draws this weekend? Is it the end of the world? Well, this week, sorry.
It's not the end of the world, but it's not what I'm looking for. It's a difficult one. Obviously, it keeps Chelsea at bay, which again, I'm not really worried about them anyway, but it does keep them at bay rather than obviously we're 3 points behind. Like, watch your backs. City are at home to Leeds. That is the issue. I'd rather not close that gap to 5. If we draw, it'll be 5 points, assuming they were to beat Leeds. I'd rather not do that. So no, if you offer me a draw right now, I say no. Not because I think we're going to win, but I think like our floor kind of is going there to get a draw, if that makes sense. Like if we have like a bit of a iffy game, I think we still scam a little draw. Even if like Chelsea are flying and they're confident, I think we can scam a draw. So it wouldn't be terrible, but I wouldn't take it if you offered it now. Do you know? It's basically the same as not to violate Chelsea, but the same as like Sunderland, right? When we went away there, like I would not take a draw beforehand. I want to go. It's
more how things played out in the 90 minutes. You're like,
yeah, but if afterwards you told me, okay, it's a draw, am I furious and livid and I'm lashing out? No, I'm not, because again, bigger picture, away Sunderland is not an easy game for any opponent and won't be for any opponent this season. So like,
at least while they're in this form,
you have to be able to use a bit of perspective. But of course, title winners, you want to go and just put your foot on necks in every stadium. So I would not take a draw now, no.
Obviously, I'm jumping ahead in it because we have to get through Bayern Munich and deal with like the days that follow in it. But the Chelsea game, do you make any changes, particularly around if Gyökeres or Kai Havertz are back? You know, Odegaard might be back for today, gets 20, 30 minutes, maybe even a start. You never know. Arteta, a couple more days in training. Is he in contention? Any of them guys that are coming back, bar Jesus, because they all others have realistic chances of maybe playing. Are you tempted to make any changes for Sunday?
Yeah, I think that one depends a lot on today, innit? I think it's a bit too difficult to forecast that one without knowing how well or not well we play today, right? There could be, for example, let's just say Eze just crashes it again today, right? Then there's no scenario where he doesn't play for me against Chelsea in the same position again. Again, you could argue that, right? And again, I don't know if, let's say, for example, Martinelli plays half an hour today and he feels great and he scores a goal off the bench or something. You know, there's far too many variables that can change,
nuances in that.
So it's more of a question that had we just played Bayern, I could answer that one. But I think I'd be comfy if we had the same lineup as we did against Spurs, for example. But then obviously we have players coming back, so let's
all right, cool. So then let me ask you this: Kai Havertz and Gyökeres are fit enough to start? Are you starting any of them ahead of Marino?
Yeah. Definitely both of them.
That's the only one I would do. I must admit, I wouldn't start Odegaard. I wouldn't cry if he started. We all believe in Odegaard. We know what he gives the team. It's just like you said there. Eze's in a good moment. He's fully fit. When was the last time Odegaard's been injured for a minute, so it's a fitness kind of thing with him. And if we're trying to build momentum, then we can't have it both ways. We kind of have to play the ones that are in a good moment, are playing well, are obviously doing the business, rather than bring players in, which as harsh as it is from the cold, and kind of what you said about making changes. Big up Hincapié, but facts of the matter is Gabriel Magalhaes is our best centre-half. He's central to our build-up play. So that's one gap. If you start moving Eze and Trossard about who are in good forms to get this one in, we're going to start seeing those kind of things. I know I keep saying this, and I don't know when it will come, but I do think there is time for rotation and resting players and doing all of this. I just don't think it's this week, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think it's this week. I think it's, like you said earlier, it's a boxing smart thing. You know, if Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori, there's no faults with that. If Benjamin White was the best version of Benjamin White we've seen and wasn't the one with injuries, then I still wouldn't drop Timber, but I hear that one. That's got more legs kind of thing. At this moment in time, I feel it's a double-edged sword because the manager kind of has to reinvent the wheel, but sometimes I think you have to keep things simple. And I think that's where we're at this week. Like, it's a big week for football, man. It's a massive week for us in particular. And you know, you do a lot of subscribe to Amenyah. Not only does he talk about Arsenal, he does a lot of good stuff like making videos around Europe and that. And when I watch them, you've been very complimentary to Bayern Munich. So We can't afford to mess about. And for me, it's a confidence thing. I don't know how much confidence you get from winning a North London derby beyond the obvious. Yeah, it's great. Big up Eze and all of that. But it's a little man team. Like, I think you get a bit more gassed if you beat Bayern. And even though Chelsea haven't been the Chelsea we know and have grown up seeing, you get more confidence beating them. But then 3 points is 3 points, isn't it? Look what Newcastle away did for us up until this point. So you never know. Where you at with I mean, big up you, Demetrius. They haven't won since 2018. So that kind of backs up Amenyah's point. When you throw that in, it's a big game. Timber and the mascara thing is upsetting. You know, it's a big week for Arteta because Pep Guardiola's probably looking at us and feeling like a proud dad. You know, you got company, Maresca and him, like the disciples of his football. What do you make of this? We got a Gabriel Jesus hater. Any questions, get them in, folks. You man think Jesus gonna come back doing Jogger Benito straight away? I'm looking to sell in Jan, quick flip.
Yeah, this guy's gonna do a quick flip of 10 mil and do what with that money, bro? who's paying big bread for Gabriel Jesus purely off of like a year out injured, bro?
Dino
you're not gonna get 30 M's from Palmeiras or something, man. Please be serious.
He's going on loan, if anything.
Man. Nah, he's staying. He's gonna contribute. I'm telling you now, when that run-in arrives and you start seeing Champions League knockouts, right, where
tell them
3 games a week, 2 games a week, 3 games a week, and you had FA Cup where we intend to go very far. Obviously, the Calabash Cup, we're still in that as well. Gabriel Jesus, even if it's for 10 games, give me that 10 games, bro. I don't care.
Until the end of the season.
Even if it's 6 games, bro. Give me that. I'm there.
But what you want to do in the summer, that's your business. Whatever, you know, like if we just said players that divide a lot of Arsenal fans' opinion, you not for me or you, but people might say Odegaard. People therefore would say Havertz, Marino, Gabriel Jesus. Everyone will act like they always rated Trossard, but they would probably say Trossard. My point of saying that is to say, if you want these guys going to do other things, for me, it's the summer. Like right now, all of these players are tools. And even if you deep it, yeah, we all know around our depth, if everybody's fit, we don't know who's starting. We don't really know the bench bar, the obvious, innit? But if this was Arsenal Bayern Munich for example, in the quarters or the semis, and Gabriel Jesus and them experienced man are fit, you don't think we're gonna need to rely upon them? Ironically, Trossard and Gabriel Jesus last time we played these lot.
Yeah, I'd be starting him, even as an option on the left. Again, Gabriel Jesus is far from a disposable product for Arsenal right now. I think, guys, I understand his finishing or BCM. People will get really upset, bro. This guy generates football, man. People complain about like not creating chances in open play or whatever. You put this guy in the team, the way this guy, even like the long balls, the way he can just control everything. He's not like a 6'5" giant or whatever. Bro, I always think back. I think back to like away Palace when guys are launching long balls and he's controlling it on his chest, on his thigh, everywhere, dribbling 2-3 man, sprays the ball out wide.
First half against Liverpool a few years ago as well, when we bottled a 2-goal lead. Jesus and Martinelli were moving inspired.
Yeah, so we'll be there, man. It's just you guys stay on that side when Jesus is there.
Hello?
Lifting the trophy with us.
Lovely days, JA. Big up yourself. Me and Amenyah actually covered that. We're both of the belief that, you know, if there's little 1s and 2s, like, well, there's not really many options, but if it's if Gyökeres was suddenly fit, him for Marino, cool, or I think we both said Miles Lewis-Skelly or Calafiori, we're not really on beyond that. We're more on starting the strongest 11, Arteta, when you can see players are spent, be a bit more proactive and just keep it cutting from there. Any questions, keep them going, man. Jesus is a fantastic player. He's a baller. He just needs to get fit and stay fit. But as Amenyah said, don't bread us. When you see what he's doing, please don't bread. Don't celebrate his goals. Jesus isn't done for you. I wanted to ask you a question as well, man. Like, let me share my screen. I know it's not going to happen, yeah? But our man, 36-year-old Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has 16 goal contributions in 16 matches across all comps this season. If there was a deal to be done in January on a short-term deal, would you do it?
Boy, they could loan thing.
A loan, 6-month contract, a year. If him and Arteta said, let bygones be bygones, would you do it?
Hey, I'd think about it. I can't lie. I'd consider it.
Pressing the red button.
You know what? I think he knows as well that he messed up as well. That's the thing. So he will come on a humble thing, I reckon. It's not like we are desperate for you. I think it's like a mutually beneficial type thing. Do you know what I mean? We aren't desperate for him. He ain't really desperate for us either, because I mean he is in a title race with Marseille as well. So he's chilling. We're chilling as well. But if you want to run it back a little bit, yeah, I mean, one last dance for the road.
Exactly. Let me add another question onto that. Would you do it if it meant you had to sacrifice Gabriel Jesus in January?
Nah.
all of a sudden, Gabriel Jesus, that loan spell is looking now right, you know.
Nah.
Because I know what Aubameyang's on when it's crunch time. Imagine him left wing. You got Gyökeres through the middle, Saka's in the cup, Madueke, Eze, Odegaard, Martinelli,
I
Trossard
hear
in
it,
the back.
but he's also 36, man. Big respect for the goals yesterday as well. Really good goals, but
It's calm. Santi's still sourcing. Ronaldo's still doing bicycle kicks. Thiago Silva's still out here, man.
Yeah.
Fine one.
And what teams? This is Al Sadd. This is what's the other? Fluminense or
Milner's
whatever.
still out active somewhere. Wells is still out here.
Hey, happy birthday, Welbeck, by the way. He can come back on a little loan as well. I don't
was
mind.
going to ask you that. Big up Wells.
Big up this thing. I told you he's allowed on the bus when it's time for the parade. He can come through, man.
Man, I say let the chapter end. I don't know about bringing back Alexis. I don't know about that. That one
you're
might
going
be
too far, bro. I can't lie. You're going too far. You got too far.
You know what? I wouldn't be against bringing back Tommy, man. He struggled to have a club, man. I know I shouldn't do the sympathy thing, but he's out in the coldness, in the wilderness, man.
Yeah, but what's he gonna do though? Innit? Like he's not really
vibes thing, innit?
Yeah, maybe as pairs you go. Like if you play a game, boom, grab some peas.
It's G. What else have I got to ask you as well? Obviously, I'm not asking you about the player, innit? I don't know if you're watching La Liga and that, but we've been linked with this Rodrigo Mendoza. Long story short, he's 20 years of age, left centre mid, right-footed. What do you make of signing another 20-year-old centre mid? Like, do you think we need another midfielder? And what do you think this means for if we did bring him in tomorrow, someone like a Wanyeri?
I'll be real. We need a midfielder, but I ain't looking into like Elche and them man to be seeing what this guy is on. I remember the last time you told me about a 20-year-old Spanish midfielder. His name was like Fresneda. Where's that, brother? Or defender of,
and he's not a midfielder, right back.
Right back. You were gassing up Fresneda. And like every single time I was on it, yo, Fresneda, bring him.
Me?
I said, hey, listen,
okay, so what, are we going to talk about who wanted Guendouzi, Torreira, Jude Bellingham, Gyökeres? Hey, fans, don't let him do me dirty.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know enough about my men to comment.
I said me, Fresneda. I rise up when I said Fresneda. Because this guy didn't rate Trossard. Since he's backing out burners, I'm backing out burners now.
By the way? Why is this guy lying?
What did you say? Bring the tapes. Me, we're saying bring Fresneda.
I remember vividly. I was on.
So where's the tapes, my brother?
Bro, you got like 7,000 videos, man. I have to go back and start scrolling to when I was on there.
That this is Jamaica, but where's our outfits, people? You can't trust them, man. He's from South.
Bro, if you're a loyal DG viewer, you know as well about the Fresneda era. Don't you, man? I know you know what I'm talking about.
I hold my Yemi L.
Maybe. But anyway, listen, we need a midfielder. Yes, horrible, I agree, man. But I don't have enough footage to really comment on my man, to be honest with you. So if he's cold, I'll take him in it. It's not too expensive. So yeah, it's a little low risk type buy, but I'd be lying if I said like, yeah, he's cold, he's sick or something. Like, don't know. I'm a big game merchant in La Liga. I watch Barca, I watch Real Madrid. That's it.
Oh, you're one of them. What do you think it means for Miles Lewis-Skelly and more so Wanyeri, because he's seen as a central midfielder? You'd be bringing in a 20-year-old. What are you saying for that?
What is he like? Is he like a 6 or like an 8 or like what is he?
He's an 8.
Yeah,
for me, anyways.
Because so that's more.
And I can't see you being the man that play week in, week out. I think actually, if we signed you in January, it's not that I wouldn't want you as part of the squad, but we already got a bloated squad. I think is it a thing where you put the money down, you stay there until the summer, and then your Arsenal career commences. But I just look at you bringing a 20-year-old in him, who can play centre mid. You've obviously got Zubamendi, you've obviously got Rice. Norgard will come in and fill in where possible. We know Arteta is not afraid from playing Marino and Kai Havertz in that role. Odegaard and Eze are a bit of shapeshifters in that regards, or they have the luxury to that. It gets a bit congested, and I still would want another 6 on top of this. I still think we need to.
I don't think it. That's why I asked, like, what more variation is he? Because like I'd be open for like an 8 that's a bit more defensive minded, right? Like a bit like let's say Declan Rice, for example. Obviously, you're not going to get Declan Rice profile, but in terms of what they're thinking is because Nwaneri is more of like an attacking midfielder, right? And he can play on the wing and whatnot. But with Rice is not there, then we have some issues and whatnot. So
this is what Amenyah was trying to kill me for, and someone tried to back it in the chat. Fresneda speaks. I like Arteta a lot. Where's that me gassing him? This is tired.
Listen, I know that's not the link that I'm sending, but that's not my link. I know you have told me directly that Fresneda was cold. I remember vividly, bro.
Cold. So why I said he's cold,
bro? Oh, I'm not going to use the word cold. Like I don't know exactly what word you use in it, but you were gassing him up to me. You 100%.
Where? Listen, officer, you need if you're gonna take someone to court, we need evidence. There's
So
no CCTV. There's no
okay. Do
fingerprints.
you know what,
What's going
guys?
on?
Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go offline and go and start scrolling through the videos. Is that what you want me
Well,
to
you
do?
said it, so you must know a point of reference.
No, because
We
I'm not
must
gonna
man.
know like the
Fresh home.
specific day. The same way I ask you, and this one is I know for a fact I didn't say anything about Trossard because I know that was a
You
beat, right?
swear your life, man.
I
I know where
know.
to go because I know you, Gooner Lee,
No,
Bear
no,
man, Jess. You lot were
no.
chatting bare
Trossard,
shit about
no.
my guy Trossard.
Therefore, no. I don't think I've even been on any pod with Jess either. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm quite confident. So I don't remember.
See what happens when they become celebs and they're doing shoots with Arsenal, let alone just being on the N5 show and all the great things he's doing. They start forgetting what's going on.
I've been with Gooner Lee.
He's the reason I met 21 Savage people. You knew him on the first name basis.
Normally, when I'm on your thing, it's like it's me and you. We don't really have like the group.
Yeah, it has been a few years.
So that's why like maybe I haven't, but I definitely wasn't slandering Trossard. All we can ever say about Trossard is that sometimes when he starts, it's like, brother, what's going on? Like, why do you play like that? But yeah, as for my man, look, if he's cold, bring him. I don't really care about competition. You have to hold that, bro. If you ain't performing and it's someone better than you, I'm all on it, man.
There was a question I've buoyed someone, man. They asked us a good question, and it was kind of like it indirectly ties into Trossard. I can't find it, but I remember what someone said. Someone said like, who would be your player of the season so far?
Even despite injury, I'm going Gabriel.
I hear that. You know what? Best attacker. Let's segregate it a bit because we'll be saying defenders.
I mean,
Like
our attackers haven't really been the ones firing, to be honest with you, right? Because if I was to go second, I would go Timber. Like that's
why I said air them.
Yeah,
because it would be Timber, Fury, and Gabriel, as you said.
Yeah, then I go Saka without the numbers. Like I'd say Saka's been the most consistent. Him and Trossard, I'd say.
Oh, and look how long it took him to say Trossard. And you want me to believe this guy rates Trossard? You can see in the eyes don't like Chico.
No, but this is the thing. You have to understand. Let me explain to you. You've asked me about this season, right? Where I'd argue. Let me explain myself. Saka's thing has been consistent. Like when available, he's been consistently playing, really well, right? Then bro, stop doing the face.
I'm listening.
And let me finish, right?
I'm listening.
Then the first part of the season, we had Martinelli cooking, and it was like Trossard. Nobody wants this guy to start. Martinelli was then getting the minutes off the bench, and he was playing really well. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Martinelli, he's been our best forward so far." Gyökeres had a little meaty spell, and then he randomly gets a couple goals. So no attacker for Arsenal, in my opinion, has had a player of the season worthy conversation. That is why I didn't mention these guys. And Trossard's one is right now. This last 4 weeks or so, he's been delivering more so than he did at the start. Are you going to disagree with me on that?
Fulham, he did the business. Whenever he's played, he's done the business.
And Saka
You're right in the last 4 games. As well. Go on, because only one person can speak. Go on. No,
but you asked me the question, and then you're disagreeing with you're agreeing with me, but then saying the opposite things.
I agree with the fact that you highlighted 4 games. I think it's been even longer than that because Fulham comes into it. I genuinely think Trossard's been one of our best players this season. Even going back to, like you said, Martinelli, them times there, it was Bilbao. I think both of them came off the bench. I've always felt this season, in the minutes Trossard's been exposed to, he's actually done very well. Obviously, as you said, the last couple of weeks, Screamer against Sunderland. Generally, I know he got a goal and assist against Spurs, right? He definitely scored. Forget that. I think his performance was there. Definitely against Sunderland, he scored a screamer, but was there. I actually feel, relative to your ability and expectations, Trossard's the only one I'm like, all right, you're doing your thing. I agree with you with the Saka point as well. He wouldn't be my player of the thing, but I just feel people have, I don't know. What would you say it is? Because on one hand, I understand it. We've come accustomed to Saka scoring a lot more goals and doing the business. And as you mentioned earlier in a throwaway comment, at least when he's not doing that, quote unquote, other people are sharing the burden. But what has he got? Like 6 goals in 13. There has been times, like all players, where Saka's bagged, maybe not so much this season, but Saka's bagged 90 minutes ain't quite been there. I'm sure Fulham away, North London derby, I think he's been good off the bench against City. But there's not been a goal or an assist, so man, I'm not really going to remember it. So, like, for you, how do you quantify Saka? Is it a thing where he's just dying by his high standards?
Yeah, that's kind of like the point that I've been trying to make, because obviously there's you can have like a recency bias thing, right? Where people will look at just whatever's been in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and guys might not even say, bro, type in my at with Trossard.
Why are you stopping? But I'm telling man
I
to
saw the
subscribe
comment.
to you.
I saw the comment. No, I saw the comment before you. I'm saying, bro, you can at my put my at and put Trossard in there, bro. I like Trossard, man. I don't know where this has randomly come from. Like, I would tell you with chest, if there's guys that I didn't rate and then they start cooking, like,
So who don't you rate in this Arsenal team?
Mikel Merino.
Damn.
Bro, like, I have no issues like saying what I do and what I don't rate. Like,
Do you rate Kai?
I think he's decent. Like, I think he gets a bit of a hard time at times. There's games where he's going to be more useful than us than others, but like, I'm not going to say he's incredible or something, but he's good. You know what I mean? He delivers clutch moments for us as well. Big game player. I'm always going to rate him for the Chelsea brace, and he celebrated like his life meant everything that,
100%
at the Emirates. So bro, obviously it's hard to like hate on anyone at Arsenal right now when we're top of the league and everyone is cooking, but I mean, realistically, I'm an honest dude, bro. I have no reason to like, start yapping away. I don't know, people doing that phase, like trying to get on the meme compilation or something. I don't know.
Man said get on the meme. Oh, this guy keeps saying memes and aura farming. Like, stay off the socials, my friend. I'm trying to be like you.
Because you're reacting to things.
I'm just not.
I'm correct.
I'm engaged in the conversation with a good friend. I didn't know my face could speak.
Okay, no problem. You give your opinions. Go on.
As of right now, do you man start a fit Jesus on the left over Trossard? I feel like Trossard's earning his spot. Right now, I'm not doing that. I must admit. I think you can't take... Sometimes I think you got to play on people's form, and I think Trossard's kind of earned that spot. If Trossard was inconsistent, then yeah. Where are you at with that?
Sorry, I was just getting my reactions to what you were saying there. No, of course, Trossard has been deserving of his spot recently. You can't really take it off him. It's an interesting one with him because obviously he is not the type of winger that like maybe we're expecting to be the guy at Arsenal this season in terms of false nine. Although he's not a striker, we know that he's got a good sharp shot on him. He's a good finisher as well.
Good in the pockets and making
on the wing.
Decisions.
He's not like a touchline winger, but to be fair, with the addition of Calafiori this season, I can see why Skelly's not maybe playing as much because they got a bit of a connection going there where
Trossard throw Rice into that. Our left-hand side is doing all right. It's the first time we're not crying about it being lopsided.
Like, how often do we see Rice make that same driving run and he plays the little ball in between the right back and the centre back, and you see Trossard run on and he might finesse it or left foot across goal. So yeah, Trossard is deserving of his spot right now. Obviously, Martinelli, I think, again, this season, people might disagree, but this is what I was trying to make my point earlier. This season, Martinelli has, in more games than not, delivered when we needed him, right? Where
him and Trossard.
There was a lot of questions about... Exactly. Both of them was like, oh, do we need these guys? Do we not
needed an upgrade still?
I felt like, I felt like if there is an upgrade, it will be on those two, but I still feel like they can contribute massively to this team as they have done so far this season. So it's all about, again, what kind of game it is. Some away games.
One thing I agree with you. People need to understand that it's a lot of games to play. It's a long season.
Yeah, away games. I think I'd prefer, like maybe Martinelli in the Champions League, for example. I might prefer
that pace.
Martinelli in behind. But then some games you want to be a bit more technically secure and recycle the ball a bit more. So it's a calm option to have.
I mean, this is kind of going back to what we discussed here. If Odegaard comes in tonight and has an Olympiacos-esque performance and he moves mad, would you start him on Sunday? Then what happens to Eze? Maybe move him left wing, but then you can't drop Trossard. For me, unfortunately, and the manager's never going to shy away from playing Odegaard, and if Odegaard starts against Chelsea and on top of doing what you said he done in the question, great. For me, though, unless Odegaard got like 1 million goals, 1 million assists, absolutely runs the show like a Cesc Fabregas, Santi, different kind of level, I don't think there's anything you can do to start against Chelsea because I think Eze's playing both. I think Eze gets significant minutes. You get a bit of a rest for Odegaard in this game. And it's Eze's spot to lose, if I'm honest. And you know what makes it a bit more difficult? I might give more scope to moving Eze to the left wing to get Odegaard in if Trossard's form wasn't what it is. But I just think Eze and Trossard, you can't move them right now. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, similar. Obviously, that's our captain. And we certainly still have missed him in terms of the way he is leading the press from the front, right? You so often see him, whether you watch it on TV or you watch it in person, he's the first brother at the front doing that. Come on, you just see his hair fly. Sometimes, like early on in the season, before I adapted to seeing Gyökeres, I'm thinking that it's Gyökeres that's the one doing this because, like, it's Odegaard furthest forward yelling at everyone, like, come on. So it's those little things that allow us to press a lot higher. they didn't really get quantified, if you know what I mean. But like, at the same time, like I explained to you earlier, although we could see Eze and Odegaard together in midfield at times, I wouldn't want to, against Chelsea, change what's been working for us so far. You start running that kind of thing home against Brentford, and Keith Andrews, big respect to him, but like these kind of teams where you're expected to have more of the ball and the onus is on you to break the team down. I don't think it's going to be a case of Chelsea coming to park it. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're wrong, man, and that's the thing. I just think the difference against Chelsea, and I know we're jumping ahead because we've discussed it, but we've got Bayern. I just think it comes to their defense, innit? And I think you got to go with your attackers that have got a bit of form, whether that is Saka, whether that is Trossard, whether that is Eze. Eze should be trigger happy, if I'm honest with you. If I would love for Eze to score again against Bayern and again against Chelsea. I actually think one of the two games is a minimum he will score again. But basically, what Amenyah is saying, man, like I don't think it's a double-edged sword, because if the manager goes out there with the same 11 and it goes left, we're going to have questions. If he changes and it goes left, we're going to have questions. If he changes or stays and we win, that's ultimately what dictates the narrative in it. So we're going to have to box smart. But as me and Amenyah keep saying, these are the problems and questions you want Mikel Arteta to have, really. There's been times where there's been injuries and the team's picked itself. Elise and Eze, though, who's coming out on top tonight?
Saka. It's an Olise Saka question as well, no? Like, obviously, big up Palace. Thanks for that.
Fuck
but the question has been about Olise versus Saka for time, and Olise has been the better player this season. I can completely say that with chest, no problem. Olise arguably been the best winger in the world this season so far, given that Yamal's been obviously whatever external off-field injuries and whatnot. Salah's been Salah. So I'd argue Olise has been number one so far, but I always have had the same question about like when the lights are really shining the brightest in the biggest of big games. Can
Olise dealt with him? You're not playing Sao Paulo tonight.
We'll have to see. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, by the way, but I'm intrigued. I'd like to hopefully see Lewis Skelly play and see what Olise does. Again, when it comes to like fullbacks against elite wingers, you're going to get cooked once or twice, innit? Like you have to just
reality of it.
But if you can stop him more times and he gets past you, I can see a bit of enjoyment there. Again, because you mentioned Eze, obviously Eze is not playing the same position, right? Eze is a bit of a different one. I'm not expecting GA from Eze to have a cold performance, if you know what I mean. Whereas like as a forward, out and out forward, you kind of have to be
in games like this as well.
The goals and the assists for me to say, yo, you know what? Like it's not often that you get a winger have an incredible game and doesn't get any numbers, right? We see Saka do it every now and then, but normally your best games are you've bagged a goal here, you got a
goal or an assist in the match.
Yeah, so I mean, I like to say Saka, and then boom, big up Eze, man.
I'm with you with that, because they play for Arsenal. Do you think Martinelli's going to get a chance at striker this season?
Nah.
I don't. I can answer that quickly. Amenyah, you got any?
Yeah, the chance was like 5 years ago, man. I still don't think it'll be terrible, but it's like if we're going to see it, we would have seen it at least one more times in the last 5 years, bro. We don't ever see it. So
I like, and Arteta's going to go with a Gyökeres, a Kai Havertz, a Gabriel Jesus, a Marino way before he does that. I actually think he's more likely to go with Trossard in the false nine before Martinelli. We just need to, things can change, but you just need to use last season as a case study. I do think it would be good, but I do think to get the best out of Martinelli, you'd have to, up front, you'd have to change your dynamics. Now, in the modern day, a striker obviously has to drop deep, work the channels, all that stuff. And I'm not saying Martinelli can't, but it's almost like asking a fish to climb a tree. You just want Donny, right? Realistically, you just want him running in behind and instinctiveness. And you kind of want to dumb it down for Martinelli, really and truly. A tiny bit of what you want Arsenal to actually do for Gyökeres. I've got two last questions for you, yeah? We're on the topic of Crystal Palace. We've been linked with Mateta. I don't believe it, but for what it's worth, would you take Mateta?
Easily.
Would he start?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Give us your reasoning. I'm not even saying you're wrong, but give us your reasoning.
I would have, like, if you offered me in the summer, obviously Vic's my dog now, and me and him, we go way back. But like, no, but about always, I'm an honest guy. Like, I can still say, like, I can rate this guy and not rate this guy or whatever. But if you offered me the chance in the summer, obviously Osimhen was a number one dream or whatever. This is like baby Osimhen, basically. He's like a media version of Osimhen in terms of the profile that I can replace, where he can be a one-man wrecking machine. He's got decent hold up for his size. He's
can
got the
nick goals as
mentality
well.
that I like as well, where again, I like strikers to think they're the guy. You know what I mean? That's
Wavy
really
celebration
important
as
to me.
well.
Great celebration. So I 100% would have taken him. And obviously, again, it's an important factor. Premier League, he's done it. Albeit it's not been like a 5-year stretch or something, but for at least a year and a half, he has delivered.
Maybe even 2 since Glasner walked in, to be fair, because he was a bit not scrubby, that's harsh, but we weren't really, no one was rating you how they rated you.
No, I agree, bro. It was him and Edouard. They were like, I don't even know who to like actually rate at Palace. So I'm not saying I always rated him. I'm going off
pennies
like
drop now.
The last year and a half or whatever, what he's displaying. I would gladly take that Arsenal. Bro, can you imagine Saka just whipping in the crosses and this guy just gets onto anything?
Him and Gyökeres battering rams. Listen, big up Marino and Kai Havertz. There's game time for you, but yeah, man. Like you said there, and even that, like Saka on your left, just whip it in behind. Eze doing madness. Odegaard probably scumbag some assists. Rice with his set pieces. You got a 7-foot man there. It would be lit in it, but I'm not going to take too much stock. I feel the rumors are getting a bit silly. I feel Semenyo is one of the more realistic names we've been linked with, but I don't think that's happening in Jan. But what we've been linked with Semenyo, Rodrigo, Liao, this one, that one. We're getting closer to January, people. Yildiz, the Spanish youth we spoke on, but I can't see that happening, man. And half the time when you're linked with half of these guys, yeah, they seem to be in some contract disputes. He's got a deal until 2027, so that's probably where you have it. It's not to say man are not interested in him. I wonder if Liverpool wish they went for him over certain, man, but I don't know. My final thing for you then, India, is do you think we've got a chance of Vinicius Jr.? Would you have Vinicius Jr.? We've been linked with him today.
Oh, a very interesting one. I hadn't seen any links like that too tough to be honest.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think it's realistic, nor do I think it's something Arteta would want to do. Like, there are some players where, of course, you sacrifice maybe. Like, for example, yeah, people say Mbappe's got an ego. If Mbappe's made available to you, I don't care, bro. Bring your ego. Fine.
You get that done today, yeah.
Come and play. I think Vinny, it might be more of a detriment because it's been like a year now since, obviously, he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. He's kind of been lashing out like ever since. I'm like, bro, at some point, when are you going to start playing again? Like, I know your levels. And obviously, look, it goes without saying, if you get the best version of Vinny, of course, he walks into Arsenal's team, bro. That's not even up for debate whatsoever. And he makes you maybe. He makes you instantly favourites for, well, obviously Premier League.
Imagine him
even argue champs as well. But it's one of them ones where, like, if Arteta tells him, now listen, whatever Arteta tells guys in them meetings, clearly he sways them, bro. Because no matter who it is, what level they are, they come out saying, yo, when Arteta told me this thing, I was on it. Whatever he's going to tell Vinny, it has to be a thing where he knows, all right, boom, you can still be the guy here, but, like, understand that.
Be humble.
You got to pattern up, bro. Like, this is not like a soap opera or something. You come and just start lashing out and you get your way, bro. If you want to come here, you're going to work hard the same way these men are, and then we give you the keys to, roam free on the wing. But
I can't lie. If I could, I would break our wage structure. I would get this done because Vinicius, if he was genuinely available, he makes us better. Obviously, with Vinicius, it's actually nothing to do with his ability, innit? It don't really matter who I ask, me and you included. Without us knowing him, it's the attitude problem, and is he going to be a problem for Arteta, blah, blah, blah. Those are all factors to consider. But then let me ask you this finally then. Because people say Vinicius got attitude problem for whatever reason, rightly or wrongly. People say Rodrigo, they don't like his attitude. He wants to sit on the bench at Real Madrid and that. Which one, away from ability, just in terms of their attitudes, which Brazilian one would you rather fuck with because of that? Like, would you rather go with Vinicius being a bit of a spoiled child, or Rodrigo, like, woe is me, doesn't want to leave a toxic relationship?
Yeah, no, I think I can never support, like, a player being a loser like that, to be honest with you. I think that's, like, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, no, I'll be real. That's, I can't get behind that kind of baller, to be honest with you. Even if I think you're technically great and sound or whatever. And look, even then, the numbers Rodrigo's putting up are laughable as well when you consider how much we rate him and what he done in the Champions League a couple of years ago. So I definitely take a more, let's say, disruptive person. And again, I know what you're saying, but, like, he's an example of where, I can't lie, people are right. Like, when everyone normally says, like, oh, this guy's got attitude problems or whatever, oh, is it underbelly? Is it racismo? This one is not racismo. he genuinely has problems, bro. Like, I don't know why he wants to start beef every single game with his own players, his own manager, the other team's fans. Obviously, again, he does get abused by other fans as well, but like, he does this thing nearly every game now. He lashes out at the referees. So when they say it about him, they're right. I'll be honest with you, they're right. There are other players you can say, why are you just calling it attitude? And like Bellingham, for example. I don't think Bellingham has attitude problems.
Or Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, exactly. I think having confidence in yourself is a good thing. That's how you get to the top. This guy needs to just stop boys out the prime, bro. He's been lashing out ever since he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. But obviously, great footballer regardless. So I'm not gonna turn my nose up at it and say no if it's offered to me.
Do you think we're at that point? Yeah, like obviously Vinicius and Rodrigo's one thing, and obviously we've been linked with couple youth, man. We're always trying to do that kind of stuff. But as a fan, do you think we're at that point now where you get people, we need to kind of target, like, I don't know who you would say was stars like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Musiala, Elise. I mean, obviously not them specific players, but that kind of caliber. Like, are we kind of in that realm now or moving into it?
I mean, yeah, of course, but at the same time, if we're being honest, there is, like, let's say, a bit of a food chain whereby you're not going to go and get Real Madrid's best player if they want to keep him. Do you know what I mean?
We get the scrap.
It's not a thing where we can unsettle a Real Madrid player. It's going to be a thing where he kind of wants to cut. We could gladly do with it. Maybe you could argue similar to, like, let's say Ozil, right? Bro, it was a mutually beneficial one where...
And Alexis, they both were discarded, and that's not a problem. That's reality.
Exactly. So we're not going to go to Real Madrid and take, like, their best player, but I think we could do that to, like, a Milan, for example. I think we can go and do that. I think we can do that to many teams, but not Real Madrid or Barca like that, in my opinion.
I'm with you with that. Like, obviously, if these players become available, it is what it is. For me, obviously, I wouldn't say Amenyah would be my first choice if you've got Vinicius and these not available. Not that we're gonna get them, right? But I'm on the just focusing on Amenyah because I don't know him from nowhere. He was on joining us. It's the same, like we spoke about this. It was the same where Sesko and Gyökeres. I didn't really care which one, but it seemed a bit like Sesko was acting. Gyökeres was on this. For the life of me, we was linked with somebody else in addition to Eze. I said, just do the Eze thing. He's clearly on this. As dumb as it sounds, yeah, you want players that want to be here in it, and you'll never know the truth in it, but you want them players. I don't want man that's doing us a favor. I wouldn't necessarily want Vinicius. He's acting like his shit don't stink, and I'm not at Real Madrid. I can carry on. Equally, I wouldn't want Rodrigo crying all day, every day at London Coley about I want to be at Madrid. So it's difficult. City apparently have been linked with Semenyo. I mean, if anyone that goes in for him in January probably has a free run. I think Arsenal would only get involved in the summer, but I don't work for Arsenal. I don't know better. Stranger things have happened, man. What content you got to come out today? Surely doing a watch along, or you going to the game?
Nah. I'm going to be at yard. I don't do watch alongs for Arsenal, man. I don't know how
this guy.
Nah, bro. Only because like what I do is so, let's say, neutral or whatever. So first of all, on YouTube and everywhere, I don't even mention that I'm an Arsenal fan in it, like in terms of my own videos. And second of all, even if I did, the way that people just would come and start hating on purpose, nah, man. Like, your thing is like you've built like a majority Arsenal, but obviously big up like the United fans and Liverpool fans that are going to be there too. My thing is far too diverse where for me to sit and watch Arsenal and have like 100, 200 man saying, hold that. No,
man, you're a veteran on social media, man. I can't believe that.
When I watch Arsenal, I'm either, bro, even in person, I'd like, in terms of if I'm not at the stadium, I don't want to watch it with like bare people, bro. I will sit on my ones and watch the game, bro. I don't want any external noise or voices or nothing. I watch my Arsenal games just alone like that.
That's how I used to be, obviously, before we all rocked up on YouTube. That's how I used to be. I used to be on this. No one don't trouble me. I need to watch this game. I need to watch it twice. I mean, I've still got the video when you're getting onto me with the notepad. Yeah. With my notepad, like this happened in that minute. So I get it, but come on, man. Just a one stream one day, man. But...
Nah. If we win Champions League, maybe, sure.
Yeah, no, let me calm down, but just make sure you've got your Michael Jackson gloves, you've got your sunglasses. We're going to need the content that we've never seen before from you. We're going to need you in top form, man.
Champions League winner, that's when I tell everyone, cool, I support Arsenal. GG's.
Because it all makes sense now. Because even when I have you on my platform, they're like, oh, it's not every now and again. I didn't know he was an Arsenal fan. I'm like,
exactly.
He's only at the fair play.
Because only like my normal Instagram that like, obviously, like I follow me, wherever. That's the one where I will post, or Twitter. I don't put content on Twitter, innit? I yap every now and then. I don't even tweet that much. I tweet maybe like once a week or something, maybe even less. But on the other apps, I don't say anything. People know that I'm Arsenal because if you follow me on Twitter or somewhere else, sure. But for the majority of it, I don't say it. So you know what it is? Again, I keep on explaining to people, the reason I don't do it is not because it's like ashamed or something. It's because it ruins conversations where, imagine you're a United fan. Yeah, I've seen it on people that make content of United fans. They try and speak about Champions League and the comment is, oh, we're a 8th place for United. We're a 15th place. How can you speak about Champions League? I hate that kind of like childish nonsense, bro.
Just
I want to
being
have
obtuse, intentionally obtuse for no reason.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter what team you support, bro. My opinion is my opinion, whether you support Grimsby or Port Vale or
there's a time and a place for the jokes, but then there's also a time and a place that ball talk.
Yeah, so that is why I don't really mention the team too tough.
Regardless, though, subscribe to Amenyah. He doesn't speak about Arsenal specifically, but he does a flipping good job talking about Europe. And, you know, for me, I rate the TikToks the most. YouTube, love the fact that you're taking it seriously. YouTube's great. Even his watch along, you've done a Nigeria watch along. I was there on my other account. I was there. So, yeah, man, the guy does great content.
That's how you know I don't hate Jamaica, by the way. I didn't do hate along.
No, don't bet us. Don't bet us. Don't bet us.
Nigeria was the hate along.
I'm coming to you if we beat Congo because I can't believe you sent for me in the first 2 minutes of this stream after I've seen you wear the Jamaica zip jacket.
Because how many times were you atting me saying I'm going to see you at the World Cup? You can't. I didn't even say anything to you, bro. You just kept on atting me on stories like, bro, you're going to go be the World Cup. You're going to be there. You're going to be there. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. You can't talk like that.
I thought we're rolling. I thought we was there. We're rolling. We're here, and then it's Steve McLaren in it, and everyone else connected. When you're
him resigning is crazy though. Him resigning like with the speech already prepared. That's nasty work, man.
But that's the problem. Like he's signing out of the beef. That should have been denied. You need to be there for the playoffs. Then, if you're gonna collapse, you need to collapse properly, man. But yeah, man, and he does great things with the predictions, especially his midweek. I'm sure he dropped a video either today or yesterday in relation to the Champions League this week. So check that out, man. You got any content to come out today?
No, today will just be a review afterwards of whatever happens tonight, innit? All the 9 games. So that's like a 11 p.m. type thing. So yeah.
So you know what to do, people. Subscribe, notification bells on. Mods post the channel. If you're too lazy to even look at what the mods have posted, it's a good thing. Amenyah's YouTube channel is in the title. Give an Arsenal fan a subscribe. Amenyah, as usual, man. It's always a pleasure being here with you lot.
Likewise.
Prediction to see this off, man. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. Tonight, obviously.
Oh, well, I have already said 2-2, so I'm going to have to stick with it, realistically.
2-2. You know, let's do Chelsea as well. I'm going 1-0 for the Chelsea game.
2-1 Arsenal. That's more
going to be a nervy one.
That's more because I have to, I'll be honest. I haven't really thought in depth about that one yet. But
either way, people, we're winning something this year. We might win the big ears, we might win the Prem, we might win the lot. Subscribe to Amenyah, smash the like button, all those things, people. Amenyah, enjoy what's left of your day. Up the Gunners, big up the chat. Peace. Amenyah shameless. He didn't rate us, but I get it though, because he only puts up pictures of his Sunday League highlights. He can't rise up drillings as a grown man. He's calm though. Subscribe.